Hello everyone, welcome to sentence 7. So, as it says, it's the start of your evidence. Now, your 7th sentence will need to set up the scenario you will use as evidence for you displaying the skill or attribute you want to highlight, okay? So here is your objective for sentence 7. You're going to set up the scenario using a relative clause, okay? Now, what is a relative clause? Quick reminder. A relative clause is a specific type of subordinate clause that adapts, describes, or modifies a noun, okay? And relative clauses add information to sentences by using relative pronouns such as who, that, or which. Now, why are we doing this? Well, using a relative clause will provide more information about the mission or challenge you completed, okay? So we'll be using the mission or challenge as a noun, and then we'll add the relative clause in. And this will highlight to Dr. Drax just how impressive your achievements are, okay, or were, okay? So let's have a look. There's two ways you can use this relative clause, okay? Either way is absolutely fine. I'm just going to walk you through them. So, for example, you could say in this scenario, we have the desert mission as the noun, okay? And then we have the relative clause. So, for example, you could say the desert mission, which took place under the most extreme circumstances, was a great example of this, okay? Remember, because if you think about it, we're providing evidence for the point, okay? So the point might have been throughout this, throughout my training, I have shown great bravery, okay? And then the desert mission, which took place under the most extreme circumstances, was a great example of this. You can see how this is following on, can't you, okay? But there's a second way to do this. You can do this, you can either do it like this, in between, or you could do it at the end. So you could say, I demonstrated this skill during the desert mission, which took place under the most extreme circumstances. And either way is fine, okay? But you need to be careful because when you're doing the first way, you need to make sure that you have 2 commas, okay? 2 commas, whereas when you're doing the second way and you're using which, you're only going to have 1 comma. Now, there's 2 relative pronouns that I would recommend using for this, okay? Which will work for either the first or the second way. You can also use that, okay? So you could say, I demonstrated this skill during the desert mission that took place under the most extreme circumstances. If you were to use that, I would not use a comma, okay? I would not use a comma for that. And I also would tend not to use that for the first way as well, okay? But that's a personal choice. And like I say, you can do this. You're using this to describe the mission or challenge you did. So if you think about it, you're talking about either the desert mission, the vortex ride, or the penultimate flight simulator, okay? And you're setting it up by using a relative clause, giving us more information about it, all right? So give it a go. Best of luck. All right.